Well, no intro. We're just live. Hello, what's the game? We're going.
Well, Master Morduk, what should I do now?
It is weak. Now, approach where the creature has dug in deep and let our power seep in.
Ag is gonna kind of like sidle on up to where the creature kind of like emerged from, like looking into the still pulsating heart of this god.
I'm pretty sure Layla says it's in the stomach of the creature, not
Oh.
the stomach of the planet thing. The dead god.
What are you looking for, Ag?
Egg, do you answer?
I'm trying to figure out how she's gonna answer. I kind of want to know more about like this Havoc guy, because like I know a kind of sort of dead god, and this is a kind of sort of dead god, and you know, how different can they be, right?
You said Washington, right?
Okay. I mean, do we have time for scholarly interests?
It'll only take a minute.
We always have time for scholarly interest. Can I go with you, Ag?
Sure.
You can find the rod, right? It's like right there.
Yeah, I'll take care of cutting open the creature and getting the rod. You two do your studying thing. Tyndall, you gonna study with them? Remember hearing that you're a studying type.
Tyndall looks like he's barely standing. So Tyndall is gonna utter a spell and cast Mass Cure Wounds at 6th level, because that's the level I can cast it at.
Makes sense.
And you can all get 29 hit points back with 4 temp HP.
If y'all want, we can take 10 minutes and I can cast Catnap so that we're a little more rested.
I mean, I'm fine with it. Apparently, they're going to be studying for a bit, and studying can take a long time. At least, I mean, my brother used to study, and it would take a long time.
Yeah, we'll see how long they take. If they're done quick, we'll cast a spell and get out of here.
Well, that's happening. I will work on cutting out the rod.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. So, getting in there, it's not too hard as you push through. It does take a little bit, it takes some time, but you get into the gullet here and are able to pull out the rod after a few minutes. As Laylas and Ag, you move forward, things begin to, I would say specifically, Ag begins to get a slight reddish glow, kind of dim about them as you journey deeper into the center of this thing.
You're turning shiny.
I've never been shiny before.
You're not feeling anything? Nothing's wrong?
Do I feel any particular way?
Seem more a little charged, but that's it.
I feel like I could run a few miles. You know?
That's
Maybe it's the adrenaline from the fight. Could be that. Maybe.
right. Right.
In that case, finally, as you get to a point where it looks like maybe the nest ultimately of this creature may have been, or as deep as it fed. Egg, you see now two old runes begin to glow upon your hand. To here, allow our energy to flow into this dying creature.
Could I go a little in a different tangent, Matt? I haven't. Just like something that I had.
Yeah, and in fact, honestly, I would say if you want to figure out how this might look, I'll give you the full thing.
Yeah.
You may have all of it.
Okay. So here in this space, what Layla sees Ag kind of do is that like she's like really like just like kind of like what's the word? Just like hypnotized almost, just like, but not like in a magical sense, just like she's so focused on doing this. She kind of like unbuckles a bit of the front of her armor, and it falls away, and through like the light tunic she has on, you could see these tattoos that stretch kind of like across her chest a bit, but in the center of them is a little seed that's like been embedded into her chest, and she just like plucks it out, and she kind of holds it in her hands, and like the air around her kind of like thrums with its own kind of like beat for a moment, and then she drops the seed like into the nest of flesh.
Yeah. And it burrows in. And there's a tremor. And then the heart begins to beat.
Do the rest of us notice this beating heart?
Yeah, and all around you, you do hear a voice. Yeah. We will make this form new.
What's going on? What did you guys do? Did you resurrect a god?
I think I just did some gardening.
Can confirm. I did gardening.
Yeah, is gardening translating to did something that made this heart beat that is once a dead god?
I don't know. I've never done gardening.
Okay, then Ag should answer the question.
Well, he wasn't that dead. He was only a little bit dead.
So you purposely brought a dead god back?
He was only mostly dead.
So you purposely
he-
brought a god back?
Is he less dead now?
Yes.
So we've been brought to stop a undead god from destroying the multiverse, and you decide to bring back another sort of dead god?
Yeah, but he's a really great guy.
How do you know?
I don't know how good of a god named Havoc can be, but
Oh, his name isn't Havoc.
What's his name then?
His name is Morduk, the Earth Shaker.
Oh, that sounds really cool.
Okay. I'm new here. Those of you who have been here a while, you cool with this? Is this a normal thing you do? You know, fight
Those of you
undead
who've been here a
gods?
while, 2 of you.
Yeah, exactly.
2 out of the 6.
Two who have said nothing.
Well,
But the-
they don't call it adventure for nothing. We are here to witness things we may not have expected to witness. That said, I don't know that I mean, I guess we kind of already did restore Zero, what would you call what we did to Alex Jean? Restored a half god?
Well, he wasn't technically dead, so we basically released him from captivity.
Therapized? I don't know what the word is. I should know what the word is. This isn't exactly a new experience for us. It's a little different. Though I feel like there were more of us involved in making the decision on the last one.
Yeah, a whole party.
But more importantly, Ag, this god is your friend, yeah?
Uh-huh. I've been carrying him around for a long time.
Okay, shouldn't be a problem then.
I'm sure there are people who
where'd
would
you-
call the Whispered One their friend.
Where'd you get it?
Well, one day I was doing some cave diving for mushrooms because I was really, really hungry and I kind of ran out of all of my current food. And then I stumbled into an abandoned mine shaft and fell really far down. And then I cracked open this geode that looked really cool. And inside of it was a seed. And then I decided to try to make it bloom because that's what you do when you find seeds. You try to make them bloom. But it didn't bloom. And then it started speaking to me.
Didn't bloom, but apparently it embedded itself in you somehow?
Well, Master Morduk wanted to leave that place because it was really dark and kind of sad, and plants need sunshine to grow. So they said, "Take me with you." So I embedded them in my chest and took them with me.
Sunshine here?
This sounds like some more of that not planning and just acting thing.
Tyndall, have you ever heard of this Moroduke?
I do not know. Tyndall, I don't think Tyndall would know. I don't know.
I
if
don't
he would
think
or not.
so. No.
So,
I mean,
Ag, how do you know it was a good thing to bring him out of there? Maybe he was down there for a reason and should have stayed down there.
There are bad seeds. I mean, there's invasive species. You can't just like bring any seed to any place.
True. However, when I tried to make it grow, it didn't grow at that time. But Master Moroduke's like really, 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 really old.
Interesting.
It's interesting that your friend makes you call him master.
Oh, I call him Master though.
When you say really
call
old,
other
how
friends
old?
bastard?
No, it's just that Master Moroduke's like really wise and says a lot of old stuff sometimes that I don't really understand because it's like things about like the age of the world and hang on.
How did this other nearly dead god end up nearly dead?
Well, they said that there was like a really big war a long time ago. And it ultimately meant that there were no more gods on this plane. When they were around. And that they and the rest of their kind became mostly dead. Or all dead, but mostly dead.
I'm talking about when the prime deities sealed themselves behind the divine gate,
Yes, that's what it is.
and this god was somehow left behind and not sealed behind that divine gate.
Well,
And now they are the only gods on this side of the divine gate.
Morduk said that they were one of the great titans of this world. That there were lots of them for a long time. And then during the war, a lot of them died or became mostly dead. And well, the elements themselves are eternal. You can't like get rid of them. That's like getting rid of sunshine or water itself.
I'm a fighter. I fight. Thinking not necessarily my strong point, but did she just say she resurrected one of the elemental titans from Exandria?
She did?
That is what it sounded like, yes.
And what is his plan after? I'm assuming he's doing something to this other mostly dead god.
Oh, I think he's trying to become more alive.
Understandable. What after that, though?
Well, I don't know. If I was mostly dead and I became mostly alive again, I would want to start going around trying new kinds of food that weren't around from the time when I was around.
Also makes sense.
So let's pretend that you're not you. and your primordial deity, whose people were destroyed by the gods of Exandria. What do you think you'd like to do?
Well, it depends on if I had let go of my anger. And I don't really hold on to a lot of anger because it's a really negative feeling, and holding on to that and keeping it inside of you is really toxic, you know? Oh, what if this
very toxic.
Exactly. And I remember what you told me. Do not let what you do not have prevent you from using what you do have, which is positivity.
Sounds like a nice guy.
Oh, he
Great.
was full of great sayings like, do not follow where the path leads. Go your own way and leave your own path.
So very wise.
So, is he gonna come back like a flesh titan now? Since he planted him in a bunch of flesh?
I don't know.
That'd be horrifying.
What's wrong with the flesh titan?
What isn't wrong with a flesh titan?
I don't know. I think a skeletal one would be way cooler, but flesh one isn't that bad.
Alright, well, next seed we get, you'll get to plant it into a skeleton. How about that?
Okay. So now that gardening is done, your master previous Titan person is half alive, on their way to being alive. What should we do next? We get some sleep and find the ship?
I think so. Actually, Master Morduk?
Yes.
What do you plan on doing in this place now that you're mostly alive?
You know, I can't say I have any plans. I didn't expect this at all. Did not predict you being thrown into the Astral Sea and finding Enil, the dying deity. This was sort of a, hey, while we're here, let's make the best use of the situation. So, I don't have an answer. I mean, does that make sense?
He doesn't have much plans right now.
See, even the gods don't have plans, Tezek.
Ezek is currently suppressing the intense desire to kill Ag and go after the heart. And that is very apparent on his face.
Why are you steaming, Fezzik?
Because Ag may have just created an entire problem for the world. Created a problem for the entire world by granting something power that we don't know what it's going to do with it.
But I mean, we're on our way to solve one big problem. It's only natural that we cause problems on the way, right?
No.
Okay.
That's how you get more adventurers. You have to, like, leave them problems, you know? Leave problems in your wake as you solve the problems of other adventurers. It's like studying like Egyptology and getting a PhD, and then the only job you can get is teaching Egyptology.
I find that the universe generates enough things for adventurers to do without getting help from other adventurers.
But Ag is a part of the universe. That makes sense, right? Well, at any rate, we're not going against Ag's friend, right? Not right now. Not ever.
I don't know. Apparently, I'm the only one with strong feelings about it, one way or the other.
I mean, this is potentially an opportunity. We could somehow convince them to come to our aid at a critical moment, having brought them back to life. Critical moment like during a fight with, I don't know, an undead god that has it out for us?
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about it yesterday when I was doing my morning prayers. And I'm just gonna start rambling off like to Morduk about how we were wished into taking on this great quest in defeating another god who's trying to be the multiverse, and it doesn't sound really healthy, you know?
Megalomania at its best, I see, yes.
That's what I
Lessig
thought.
walks out and up to the deck.
Maybe we'll do something. Yeah, I can see what I can do. I'll even go. I mean, Egg, I will still lend you what power I can, but it's going to take quite the amount of time to revitalize in this form. So I don't know how much help I'll be able to be.
That's okay. This is a new beginning for you and for me, and I'm gonna have to learn how to adventure around without carrying you with me, and you're gonna have to get used to a new body.
That's true. Well, we are still connected. The promise we made, the oaths. You and I will always be connected through all the planes. Or whatever version of the wheel spins next.
And it's like you say, the journey is the destination.
I thought it was the friends we made along the way.
No, that's the treasure. The real treasure is the friends you make along the way. Okay, you guys. Who is ready to hijack a ship and be pirates?
Space pirates.
Apparently you are?
Currently, I'm pretty tired, but
That fight took a lot out of me.
Yeah, now that the adrenaline's wearing off, I am really hungry.
We can take a nap. You can take a nap, and we can go be pirates.
Indeed. So you have the rod in place. You have your second piece of the rod, so you can look at that up on D&D Beyond. Piece 2.
is it called Vecna's rod?
Rod of 7 parts.
Rod of 7 parts, yeah. Piece 2. You can tell me what you'd like to do.
Is there anywhere like reasonably safe we could get to and take a long rest?
Well, I think our best bet, without going back through the portal, because if we go back through the portal, I know it'll shut behind us, is to go find our pirate friends and ask them if they can take a watch for us while we get in a nap.
Well, that sounds great.
Sorry, I thought the plan was to reunite all the pirates, which is
We
why
did.
somebody summoned a. We did.
Uh-huh.
Really, I'm
They're all-
confused because I thought that we realized that we had to be here, and so then we didn't actually do that yet because we were already here where we needed to be to find the piece.
You
And
went
then-
back and reunited them, I believe.
Okay, sorry, things got sort of out of order for me last time.
And the portals, are they doing anything? Just being there?
The portals faded after about a minute.
I'd have thrown like a copper piece into one.
Huh?
Nothing.
It went through, yeah.
Okay. I am not the person to solve the arcane. So are we going back to the ship or are we resting here?
I actually feel pretty good about here. Ag's friend is right here.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
If people are okay with it.
Oh, we're asking people's opinions before we make decisions now?
Yeah, we're making a plan.
Where we stay for the night is important.
Whether we plant a seed that could bring a god back to life is not important?
Oh well. It was just some gardening. I'm sure it was fine.
I think we should return to the pirates before we rest.
Okay.
I think here Thezek is getting the one knows both of these people are not the ones his brother was talking about as creating the big thing. These are others. And realizing the only two from his brother's original party that did the amazing things are Tindo and Ciara. And possibly the difference.
So is it the decision then we're going back to the pirates? Because
Well, I don't know. Two people expressed their opinions, other people didn't say anything. So,
Yeah. So when we ask, it is I think whenever any player asks, everyone please have your character speak up.
I think I'd be more comfortable with the pirates. Sounds like this god isn't ready to offer much in the way of productions.
They're really tired. Coming back from mostly dead to mostly alive takes a lot out of a person. God.
Yeah, I get that.
entity.
Also, I don't know if you were paying attention, but Thesek doesn't seem to like the idea very much, so he might do something rash if we stay.
I'm surprised you're taking it so well, considering your gods killed their people.
Wait, what?
He serves the prime deities.
Oh.
How
Yeah,
did you not know that?
He quite literally has the pendants on him, like right there. It's quite big too and shiny.
We've been busy, you know. There was the whole back nest stuff. My eyes been itchy.
know
Then there
what?
was a
They did it.
casa.
It's
I did it
fine.
once. They can probably do it again if it turns out bad. You know, everyone deserves a second chance.
Yeah, and it's also been like a really, really long time. I don't know how everybody feels in the whole situation now.
Oh yeah, but back to the pirates we go, right?
Yeah, safety in numbers.
Very good. So, going off using your mental abilities to lift off into space. Sounds like a plan. You do see that the landscape here of what once was Havoc is a bit more moving. You can see like there's just almost a breathing on the landscape as you float back and expertly land. Actually, we'll have everyone roll me a D20, please, before we land.
Hey, natural 20.
7.
4.
3.
19.
Okay, as you land safely. And those who are the survivors of Limit Zenith who have now been able to make their way together. You see the captain. She comes up and she goes, "Hi. Well, thank you." Goes, "Appreciate your help."
I mean, that's kind of our goal. Also, you helped us find what we were looking for, so mutually beneficial arrangement. Sounds like you had a plan to activate a distress beacon and get someone here that we could maybe help you confiscate their vessel or liberate their vessel, however it is you put it. It would be ideal if we had, well, the serpent creature you warned us of kind of took it out of us. It'd be ideal if we could get a rest before we did that.
That sounds just about right. We can hunker down the best we can before we find alternative means to continue our mission, so to speak.
Legolas, do you have that spell that makes a dome that keeps things out?
Yes, my bubble. I do have it.
Perhaps that's a good idea.
Sure, cast tiny hut.
Nice. So that would work. Does everyone take swatches or rests? Any conversations anybody wants to have?
I think we should take
That-
watches, right?
So Thezek will take a short rest. He's not going to take a long rest.
Okay.
He now suddenly has trust issues.
Oh.
Which I'm assuming means I will take a level of exhaustion.
Yeah, you do I guess Constitution save for the exhaustion.
It's 14.
All right, so you will be able to be okay this time.
So he will be up so he can keep watch. Nobody else has to. Unless they want to.
I only need 4 hours.
Layla's just needs to be a pile of bones for 4 hours, so yeah, she'll take half a watch.
I'll spend my first 4 hours just like writing down what we've done so far, especially everything I saw about the new god, and then I'll take my rest.
All right. Then, ultimately, here you come up and it is safe. And you may have your long rest.
Oh, quick thing. Layla's before the long rest will cast Tasha's Bubbling Cauldron and pull out 5 vials of oils of slipperiness from it.
Nice.
Matt, when you're proficient with a particular tool set, the roll is the modifier roll and then you add the proficiency, or is it with advantage and add the proficiency?
So, provision of the tool is now at advantage if you're using like the skill set. So, you would have advantage.
Well, failed the first one. Better on the second one.
Essentially, one potion for each one of you, since somehow y'all like to running close for whatever reason to things.
How are you gonna get a good look at it if you don't get close?
I don't want to get the good look at those things, but it's fine. At least next time when you get grappled or something like that, it'll be easier.
I didn't get eaten.
Someone did.
I did.
Yes, the one for you, Ag.
Don't know how much easier something that takes 10 minutes to apply will help or will make things, but okay.
You were supposed to do that in the morning, and then you have that for 8 hours, like mage armor.
Wait, what was it that you were giving me?
Oil of slipperiness. Essentially, applying the oil takes 10 minutes, but you get the effective freedom of movement spell for 8 hours.
Hi. Hi.
Nice.
I am good on that. Probably should hand it to someone who can't cast freedom of movement.
At this point, Red Oak, the tree, has begun its own rest. You see where it has enabled itself to become, with all of your help in Arcane that you were helping from yesterday with, a seed. It's gone a bit dormant. As it never remarks. Might be able to find a new ship for it to inhabit one day. Can grow into another one.
So do you all want to hide before we activate this distress beacon? Do you know how quickly they'll be here?
It's hard to say depending on their depending on what we get. We'd have to see. So we're not sure. We're not sure how long it would take. No.
Okay.
So, I mean, we can hide somewhere in here, but we'll see what happens. So you only have so many places to hide in this part of the ship, so.
Are they likely to suspect an ambush?
I don't know. They're likely. It's hard to say. They'll be wary. It depends if we want to make the ship appear as dead as we can. We turn off all the power and hope the air doesn't run out. Well, it depends.
Also, before we begin, Ag is going to give everybody some bread that she worked really, really hard on. She burnt the first batch really, really badly. But the second batch came out pretty okay. And if you eat it before it goes cold, you will have a +3 bonus to your strength saving throws for 2 hours.
All right, everybody got that?
Perhaps some of us can hide, and others can appear to be more injured than they are.
Yeah, I can pretend to be dead.
I'm a pretty good actor.
Okay. Does
I'll hide.
Inna will talk to go. So, my suggestion would be we can. What there are most likely be after will be on the forecastle. It's likely where they're to go first. We're now on the Stern Castle. Whatever comes in, we can't be too picky. We fly up and assault as soon as they're whatever they send it down is party is around. And then just hope we can take over the ship and get moving before they get back. If you all can take care of the whatever's left of the crew, we'll take care of getting the ship under our control. We'll be able to move at a certain speed immediately. It'll take about an hour before we can achieve fast travel.
Works for me. And teleportation still doesn't work, right?
I don't know. I know we were having problems. So no one knows because no one's tried it.
Yeah.
So this is a question like, I mean,
I don't.
as the blink dog kind of gets all excited. I can try. And before anyone can go, wait, no, she suddenly appears in the arms of Ag and licks their face. Looks like it's working.
Okay, good. That means we can dimension door up there if we need to.
Goes, I think possibly the rod being in the heart of the creature we're on might have been causing the problems.
Could have been.
As we were using the rod to teleport across spaces.
Oh, we can also do Arcane Gate, right? From the rod. I think that might be useful.
Yeah, you can make your plan while you're we can say like the beacon's up, things are happening, stuff's going. So do you want to take a moment to do a little plan?
You make plan?
I mean, I can make several of us invisible. Up to 5 of us if need be.
For how long?
For an hour.
Okay.
Though if I do 5 of us, that's burning some of my highest resource abilities.
I can make myself invisible for a minute, but I can just do that during the battle. But I say we have someone use the rod to cast Arcane Gate, so we can have easy access to the ship.
I can create a big cloud of magical darkness. I can also pretend to be dead.
I don't have blind sight, unfortunately.
I can see through the darkness too, so I could always dissipate it when they show up.
I say we just hide and then cast Gate when we get here, when they get here.
Well, I think the gate plan makes a lot of sense. We could hide here since they are likely going to go to the forecastle first. And then use the gate.
I thought we were going to be at the forecastle.
Well, it sounds like our best bet is to jump the crew while they're checking out the forecastle. In which case, I think it would be best if we weren't at the forecastle, but we're...
How
Here.
far away is the forecastle?
About 600 feet.
Someone will have to
Beyond
be in the
the
middle.
So right now you're at the Stern Castle. She thinks the raiding crew is going to go to the forecastle.
Can we be on the formerly dead god, now being reborn god, near the forecastle? Do we actually have to be on the ship?
You
I don't
don't,
think so.
but she would just add that it's easier to pretend not to be there in below decks. The only reason she was saying which the ship was because you could be below decks and not be seen. But if you have a different plan to not be seen with invisibility or whatever, then maybe. If you want to stand on the now resurrecting Marduk, you may.
Would the person casting Arcane Gate need to be able to see the ship?
Yeah, 2 spaces on the ground that you can see. On the ground that you can see. No, it can't teleport people beyond 600 feet.
Would the ship count as on the ground, though?
Yeah.
Well, I meant the range though. Range is 500.
Well, we're going to have to be closer then.
I think
Well,
it
the
would be-
challenge is if it's got to be on the ground, we'd need to be able to see the ground on the ship.
I would say don't worry about ground in the astral plane. Everything's all like crazy anyway. So because since you can move yourself, you kind of are ground all the time. Because there's specific gravity. So I wouldn't worry about that when it comes to the Arcane Gate spell.
So how about Tyndall turns half of us invisible and I can turn the other half invisible? And we just hang out somewhere in the Astral Sea until someone gets here and then we can Arcane Gate?
Assuming they arrive within an hour, that would work.
True.
No idea how long it'll take them to arrive.
Yeah. But you'd have a so there will be a moment when they come. We'll see their ship above. And then we can do guess what you want.
Does that sound like a valid plan to everybody?
Sure.
Sounds good.
Nodding.
Sure.
I'm on board. We waiting near the forecastle then?
Yes.
So you want to wait where the people will be headed?
Thought we had to be in range for the spell. Which
We'll
means
be
we
within. We'll be within
You do.
500.
When they say
feet.
where they're going to head, they're talking about where where a boarding crew are going to head. Not necessarily where the ship would be.
Okay.
So the. Oh, I'm so confused.
We could use the arcane gate to bridge 500 feet distance and then move the rest of the way. The ship's going to be overhead. They're going to be away from the ship.
No, I
Sure.
got that. I just didn't know if the ship was going to be near where the captain says we need to be. Then somebody would disembark from the ship near there.
Yeah.
Was what I thought they meant.
Which makes sense. So you want to begin over there. When you see the ship, you want to go invisible. That's what you're doing?
That I think was the plan,
You got it.
unless I'm wrong.
Are
And
we?
somebody could speak up and say you're
Can-
wrong.
Can someone make clear to me? Are we gating to their ship, or to the forecastle of our ship?
To their
Their
ship.
Okay, that was what I thought. So just making sure.
Yep.
All right. Sounds like a plan then. So you're going to make your way over to the forecastle, yeah?
Yep.
All right. Everyone roll a d20, please.
I got a 4. I also
8.
saw one in there somewhere.
15.
11.
Well, it was a 19, and then it rolled over to a 1.
Oh, 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 oh. So, as you make your way trying to get to where you need to be here, you realize hunting you or creatures you faced before, night scavers. Typically 2 here that have picked up your scent again.
Matt, are those fish things?
Almost like large black sharks. So actually there's going to be 3 of them.
They're all broken.
And with that, they begin circling your party. Everyone can roll initiative.
Got an 18.
10.
$29, but I will be swapping with Thezek.
I still haven't finished those.
Oh, good. That's all good.
Look, I got problems all my own.
Oh, we're there to mind that. That's all good. Okay,
I
so
wanna
Tess
be-
becomes 29 and Sierra becomes 19. All right. Begin circling. Thezik, you get to go first.
Yeah, if one is within range of 50 feet, I will move up to it and attack it with extra exuberance. Transferring some anger to this poor creature that probably doesn't deserve it as much as it should.
Nice.
First attack,
Yep,
My notebook.
25.
that hits.
Uh, 16 damage total.
Perfect.
Second attack is 19. For 17.
Very good.
And final attack is a 12.
Very nice.
Does that hit?
No.
Okay. Then that will end my turn.
All right, Sierra.
I'm going to pull out my longbow and shoot at the next closest one to me, which I don't know, that may be the one that Thezik hit.
Sure. There's a student of mine who can be a little bit more cinematic in this, so feel free to be.
Okay. Well, you know, in that case, I want to shoot at the one that's furthest away.
You got it.
So bonus action, steady aim.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, for a nat 20.
Nice.
So that will be 17 points of magical piercing plus. All right, where is it? Why isn't it showing up?
Your damage?
There it is. Yeah, I couldn't. The sneak attack wasn't showing up. So 12. 12, so an additional 24 for sneak attack. And an additional 7 points of where is it? Why can't I find it now? I think it's psychic damage, but I can't find it.
No, it's the light damage, the divine light,
Oh, radiant?
radiant.
Radiant. So 7 points of radiant damage.
I think of that word.
And then second shot. 22
That hits.
for 13 points of magical piercing plus an additional 6 points of radiant.
Nice.
And that will be my turn.
All right, for all of that, you have bloodied the one furthest away.
Nice.
Go rogue. All right, the one by Thezik here goes to bite for 22.
That actually perfectly hits.
Nice. Then, oh, you still missing HP, Thezik?
I am.
Let me see if it gets a nat 20. It does not. So that will be 33 piercing damage.
Cool. Just to check, it is not a CR 12 or higher, is it?
It is not.
So 33?
CR5. Dindle.
Yeah, so Tyndall is going to speak 2 sets of overlapping arcane words. As the first of them is just going to be targeting the one that Siora hits with Toll Dead. As you hear the sound of a bell ring out. So wisdom save.
All right, the one that Sierra was doing their stuff on gets a 17.
It's just enough to save.
Oh.
Okay, well, the second set of overlapping things is going to be the cast of a spiritual weapon. So you see a spectral book appear next to that same one, and take a swing at it.
Okay.
For a natural 20.
Heck yes.
Too bad I cast the lowest level, so it's only an extra D8, but that's okay. Bonus D8 is a bonus D8. That's 16 radiant damage.
Nice. All right. Injured it. And anything else?
Just want to keep my distance mostly. So I'll make sure I'm within 40 of my buddies.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Use your movement to try to try to get what you feel like their movement might be.
Just trying to stay away from. I got 70 movement, so I can get to any of them at any time. So
Yeah. Makes sense. And then in that case, doing that, the one that's been bloodied by Siora would give a flick of its space tail and move directly towards her. And let's see, Siora, you're at full HP.
Yes,
All right, so it doesn't get advantage. So that's a 23.
that'll hit.
All right, the jaws clamp around your side.
Uncanny
Oh.
dodge.
Yeah, a total of 28, halved to 14 with uncanny dodge. And then lastly, it looks, there's literally no meat on Leyless's bones. So it keep looking, and I think zero in on Sabin and go towards them. And that's a nat 20, which I forget. Do we crit this creature, or do we crit this person, or no?
No, I have adamantine.
No. Never let you take a side over again.
It is the best like uncommon item for like a frontliner. It's,
No judgment, honestly. I take it. I've taken a bunch of times when I've done one shots and I've done frontliners.
like if you're gonna give me an uncommon item and I'm gonna be a frontliner, it's gonna be that.
Yeah, very true. In that case, that is 32 piercing damage. With that, Leyless.
There's one that hasn't been hurt, right?
Yes, the one that just got 7.
Then she'll go cast a spell, and inspired by Axe Gardening, this is going to look like shadows of vines and like flowers reach out to grab it. See if I can hit.
Is it Thursday? I feel like there's a lot of gaslighting going on.
Mm-hmm. Does a 16 hit?
16 hits.
Okay, cool. So that is 11 points of psychic damage, and I need an intelligence saving throw.
Nice. 19 on the die for 14.
Yep, they fail for incapacitation for a round, and she'll move far, far away from everything. Her bones are crunchy.
Go to 7.
I will attack the shark that's directly in front of me. Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
17 damage.
Yes.
25 or 16 damage, and my bardic inspiration is a d10, so an extra 4 damage, and my AC is 23.
Very good.
It's incapacitated. I'm not going to waste any spell slots on that. That is going to be my turn.
Egg.
Ag is going to. There's one that's been bloodied, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to. Ag's gonna kind of do this kind of like magical girl swirl, and she's gonna fire some Eldritch Blasts.
Let's go.
16.
16 hits.
Second one is 21. And the third one is an 11.
Nice.
Oof.
So egg.
Holy.
So 11 misses.
For only 6 force damage
Total?
total.
From all 3 hits?
Yeah. 5.
Okay.
I rolled a 5 and a 1.
Alright, or 2 hits, yeah. You got it. Boom. They hit it. Anything else?
Yeah, actually. And then she's going to exude this warm, radiant light, and heal myself. And I'm going to use two of my radiant light. For a total of 5 healing to Siora.
Nice. And you're at full HP, so your little new benefit doesn't go into play.
Yeah.
And then Thezek.
Yeah, gonna swing at the shark thing in front of me. 24 to hit.
That hits.
Uh, 16 damage. Second attack. It's a dirty 20.
Nice.
For 14 to hit. No. 11, 13 is 24.
So you got dirty 20 on a hit, then you got another hit, or do you do damage?
The damage was 13 and 11, so a total of 24 damage. Dirty 20 was the hit. 13 damage, 11 damage. 24.
Okay, they're bloodied.
Okay. And final attack is a 19, which is a crit for me.
Nice.
Wow, that's a lot of ones. 19.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's right. That's the
All
way the
right.
dice play sometimes. Okay,
Yeah,
that's my
deep
turn.
into the creatures. Very good. And then Siora.
Shooting at the. Oh. There's one right on top of me, isn't there?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to bonus action disengage and move 10 feet away from it.
All right.
And then I'm going to shoot at it with my bow
Got it.
for a 23.
Hits.
Okay, so that is 13 points of magical piercing.
Nice.
Plus. Oh, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, you don't have a sneak in this one.
Right. No, but I do have an additional point of radiant. And then second attack. Oh, nice. A natural 20. For 13 points of magical piercing plus an additional 9 radiant.
How do you want to kill it?
Right through the eye.
Nice.
That's what you get for messing with me and my friends. And that's my turn.
Right. And Fezzik, the one near you, opens its jaws again. Trying to take you down before you take it down. Only for a 21 to hit, though. That's a miss.
Was that with advantage?
It was.
Cool.
Tyndall.
So Tyndall's going to repeat basically the same thing he did. So you see him basically say the same incantation, but this time only the one because his book is already up. So he'll take a swing with the book and he'll cast Toll the Dead. So we'll do the book first. That's the wrong one. Wait, no. Why is it stuck on crit damage? Okay, well, that is a 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Cool.
And which one was it again?
This would be, I guess this is actually whichever one it can reach with 20 feet of movement, actually.
Okay. We'll make it the one unsaved then.
Okay. So that's 6 force damage, and then targeting the one that looks the closest to death for Toll the Dead. Bell rings out for a wisdom saving throw.
18.
Ah, they are wise to my game. All right, I'll have to try a different spell. Cool. That's gonna be my turn.
All right. In that case, the one over here on Sabin continues its assault, trying to bite into a thigh. Oh, 19. That's going to miss. How do you get out of it?
I just, as it goes to bite, I put the sword like into the bottom of its jaw and just kind of like move it out of the way.
I love it. Just to redirect it. No, friend. Very good. Laylis.
I guess still targeting the one on Sabin.
Got it.
Same thing. 14 to hit.
Yes.
That
Hit
hits.
it.
Okay, cool. So 15 points of psychic damage, and I need an intelligence saving throw.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to... 9.
Yep, still incapacitation for a round. She's just swimming in space at this point. Super happy.
All right,
That's your turn.
Sid. Is a 19 to hit or 21 damage.
Nice.
And then another 19 to hit or 20 damage. And then this is the last one up, right?
No.
No? Okay. I'll do it first level. Why not? For another 11 damage.
How do you want to kill it?
I think as I was pushing it away, I just flicked the blade back up into the top of its roof and impale it.
Very good. Hmm. We'll go to Egg.
Seeing as the Eldritch Blasts have not been working as I quite as hoped, because things, I'm going to draw my swords and attack it. The one that's still up. For a natural 20.
Heck yes.
And then a 21.
Chits.
And then a 26.
Yes.
And then a 14.
That hits.
Okay, all 4 hit. Yes. Okay. First one was crit, so that's 13 plus 6 plus 7 plus 4.
All right.
13 plus 6 plus 7 plus 4. Altogether is 30 non-magical damage.
All right. It is definitely on its last leg. Anything else?
That is it.
Fezzik.
Gonna attack with my lungs. 6 to hit.
That hits.
For 17 damage.
How do you want to kill it?
I think he brings the sword down straight through the head. And the blade comes out just underneath its mouth. Then he pulls it back out.
Very cool. And with that, you're able to make it the rest of the way to the forecastle. All right. I need. So, what roughly is your positioning?
I am gonna cast Cure Wounds at, I guess, 2nd level on myself before we do anything.
Sure. Yeah. So basically, it's time. Any preps? Any last minute things you want to do?
Any last will and testament?
I think we should be close to whoever's holding the rod. I don't know who's holding the rod, but
Yes, because you have one rod piece. Who has the second rod piece?
Don't we need to assemble it into one rod piece for it to actually do the second level thing?
Oh, is that what
really?
it says? I thought each one just does its own. I haven't looked at it recently.
I'm gonna armor of Agathis myself.
Multiple rod pieces can be assembled into one piece, or okay.
Well, I mean, I pulled it out of the creature, but I would have given it to somebody who could do magic.
I'll take it.
Oh, okay. Each piece can do its own thing.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I was like, not crazy.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right. And anything else?
I think we're ready.
All right. In that case, as you wait, you see almost what seems to be a beam of light shoot across the skies above as the beacon from the ship goes out. And see what looks like a massive galleon now floating above. Looking below, you can, so looking above, after a moment, you see a group of individuals begin to fall towards Havoc or Marduk. Quicker and quicker, before about 200 feet above ground, they slow their descent with their minds. Begin falling towards the forecastle. What do you want to do?
This is the point where we planned on being invisible.
Okay, so Tyndall and Laylis, you throw on your invisibility.
Before that, I'll cast Longstrider on myself. If I've got the time to do it.
Yeah, totally got it.
The funny thing is, Sabin will be the only one who can't be invisible. But we'll figure that out.
Yeah. Actually, I can. I'll cast. If we're gonna be fighting right when we get on the ship, I can cast Greater Invisibility. Or do I have to be in combat to cast that spell, Matt?
No, you can cast it. You're fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'll cast greater invisibility on myself, and then let me double check if gate is no, it's concentration. Never mind, I lied. I won't do that. Yeah, I'll just be the only one that's not invisible. And I will cast Arcane Gate up to an open deck area on the ship.
Okay. Now it does make a visible gate, I believe, correct?
Yes.
It's
Circular
visible from
portal.
one side.
The portals have two-dimensional glowing rings filled with mist.
Okay, so each port is visible from one side.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you're not going to have a good enough sight of it to probably get it precise. So it's going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of near like an open area on the ship.
Yeah, the best you can tell. And sure enough, it opens. And if you like, I will allow all of you to just simply step through at the same time.
You're no fun.
Unless we want to do initiative, if you each go through at one time.
Whoa!
I feel like that could set us up for a horrible, horrible scenario. So let's just have them all get in there.
Yep, I'm okay with that.
I'm
Yeah,
okay with that.
because it goes up and everyone just rushes in. Is that unless you want to do
Yeah.
something different? I'm not trying to give you what to do.
Where's the rest of the crew when we're doing this? Will they stand back?
Where would you like them?
Well, presumably we want them to come with us so they can get
Oh, that's
started.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, so they're all with you.
captain,
Yeah, yeah. So they're
at
like they've
least.
just been hanging out with you, basically.
Yeah. I'd like the captain there at least to be able to.
Yeah. I think they're
Nice.
checking the. Okay, so that's right. I forgot. And so Inna whispers, her eyes go a little wide, and she goes, "All right, they're definitely hostile. We'll be doing a good thing killing them." She just looks at the beings that are floating down, as though her eyes recognize something. And you all jump through?
Yep.
All
Yep.
right. So remember, the crew here, their main goal is going to be to begin to take control of the ship so they're not as combative.
In other words, they're taking the object interaction so that we don't have to.
Yes, they're doing all the thing, and Inna herself is trying to get to the helm to begin the process of tuning to it, unless you'd like her to do something else. Sounds like you're good with
Yeah,
that
I'm fine
plan.
with that. Yeah.
If at any point you'd like her, you just kind of anyone can ask for her, and I'll give you control of her stat block. If you feel like you want her help. But what we'll do for now, so everyone roll initiative.
Come on, something bigger than a 10. Oh my gosh, I got 10.
22.
I just need babes.
My dice was like
Bobby.
cocked on 11 and 6, and it decided to choose 6. Which is really sad.
14.
25, and again swapping with Thezik.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So Sura gets 14. Leslie gets 25. Excuse me. All right. You land. And in a moment, there's just a pause as people realize what has happened. And you see it populated by these gaunt, figures with milky white eyes and skin as dry as parchment. And as you ready your weapons, you realize that each one has a set of fangs. As Edna mutters under her breath, "Time to die, vampires."
Okay. They are landing on the ship.
Oh, we'll wait there. Yep. And with that, we'll go for a break.
No!
Uh,
Let me too.
No!
I'm gonna assume they all come in like right here in the middle of the ship.
All right, it is time that we returned. There she is. Oh, we need to focus.
Hey, Matt, while focusing is happening, there's a couple of questions in private chat about initiative and advantage. Should we have rolled with advantage, and what is initiative? I mean, advantage, not what is initiative.
Sure, I will clarify that. You should have rolled with advantage when I say roll with advantage. You get a +5 to your initiative score if you have advantage. An initiative score is something GM gets to use when they want in order to just make the process go a little smoother.
Cool.
Does that make sense, everybody?
So, given that we were invisible, should we have rolled with advantage?
No.
Okay.
Because I view
The gate probably gave it away.
yeah, you don't have surprise, which is what would give you advantage. Because the gate that needs to be focused, love.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, actually, it might not need to be. Just a second. Nope, sorry. You're fine. I forgot I had my little thing doozy on.
Want a marshmallow?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
All right, your loss, my win.
All right, there's the ship on the new table.
Simon, you want marshmallows?
And with that. Yeah, so they're aware things are there. You see, you all are gathered thusly.
Love you more.
So, Thezik, you get to lead off.
Okay. Yeah, I'll move up to the first one and attack.
What did you say?
It's going to move up to one and attack. So, pluming in.
Whichever one
there.
is closest, yeah.
Well, you want to look for someone who looks like they have a weapon, or someone who doesn't look like they have a weapon?
Somebody with a weapon.
With weapon?
Yep.
We'll move up to this guy on the cannons.
All right, that a regular vampire.
Yep.
You got it.
Because he said with weapons.
Make my attacks. It's a 19, which is a crit for me.
Nice.
Since this creature has not attacked yet, I get an additional 2d6 for being
One of the beats.
whatever my ancestry is, which would double to 4 additional d6. So it's 2d8 and 8d6 for damage on this. It's 46 plus 5, so 51.
That's 51 damage.
Ooh.
Yep.
How do you want to kill it?
And he just swings with his longsword, takes off its head, and moves to the next person.
Nice.
I'll just take him off the board. Sucks to be you. Weapon or no weapon?
No weapon this time.
Okay. Scary male mage, man.
So second attack. It's an 18 to hit, or a total 27 to hit.
Okay. 27 to hit. Will hit.
For 20 damage.
Very nice. Oh, my bad. I forgot. So when you did that, I need a quick Constitution saving throw, as when you cut off its head, it exploded in a cloud of ash.
Um, 18.
18, all right. You're good to go. You did the damage to this one. Anything else?
And my final attack. 25.
That hits.
for 17. And because I have Zap Mastery, creature has disadvantage on its next attack roll before the start of my next turn.
There's disadvantage, you said?
Yep.
Very cool. Right, as that happens, you do hear Idna telepathically in all your minds. Do be careful. There is no coming back with if they kill you.
Ruh-roh.
David.
I am going to, in concentration on the gate, and cast Tasha's Otherworldly Guise and do Upper Planes.
Nice.
And I will go after the nearest baddest vampire with a weapon.
You want to hit the nearest one?
Or the biggest,
yeah.
baddest, right?
Nearest one with a weapon.
Nearest with a weapon.
Nearest with a weapon. That's a regular.
All right, you charge.
Okay, I'll use a luck point for this to get advantage. 20 to hit
That hits.
for 14 damage.
Guys, Matt really rearranged the table just so you can see the map and I can't yell at him.
Uh,
I want that known.
True story.
Ooh, terrible roll. 13 to hit.
Oh, they finally they're able to parry that.
Let me add a flourish to the first roll, though. Oh, 1.
A 1. All right. Anything else?
That is my turn.
All right, seeing this. Ugh. Gentlemen, ladies, and others, variations that are upon, we seem to have boredoms.
Oh no, she's hot. I said it for you, Molly.
Where is she? Let me see. Ooh.
She won't be in focus if you hold her up like that.
Hold on here. I'll put her right here and then I'll focus on her.
Okay. The captain of the Vampirates.
Oh no, she's hot.
Which point, Vixine, Fezzik will go ahead and actually, let me see here. How far away is Fezzik? 5, 10, 15.
25.
25, perfect. So she lets out her claw and tendrils of red energy try to grasp onto you.
I think that's fair.
For only a 17.
Well, it misses.
All right.
And if any of these are C or 12 or above, my AC for them is 24.
Okay, none of them are CR 12 or above.
Cool.
She will say, they're limber. Laylas.
Layla, do you still have a Skelly companion?
Not for this one.
Okay.
She looks very defeated, like she doesn't want to do this. She takes out a pendant that looks like a sun, and
no.
she goes to cast Dawn. I need a 30-foot radius cylinder.
Hold on, I gotta get a
30-foot
30-foot
radius cylinder.
Yeah, your best bet is to go right there. You'll miss 3 of them, but you're gonna hit the captain and everything on out.
I don't want my friends in it, because that would be really bad.
In Dawn?
Hmm.
Okay, then you can hit the back with the captain, or you can
Yeah.
hit the front.
Yeah, I'll do back with the captain.
Captain, 2 specials, 2 non.
Then I need a con save.
Oh no. Okay, so do a con save on the captain. Will be a dirty 20.
Then
That was
2
save.
specials.
The damage is 16, halved if they save radiant.
Okay. Then, all right. So my special scare 23. And you said 2. What regulars?
Mhm.
How many?
2 regulars.
Regulars. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. Man, everyone succeeded on that one. So you said it was 16 though?
Yep.
On a fail. All
Yep.
right. Radiant. So they are vulnerable to radiant. So they'll all take the 16.
Okay, guess who also doesn't like radiant? she'll try to. Oh, she can't go anywhere. She'll try to make herself look as small as possible, and that's her turn.
Okay.
I mean, you can. There's this part of the boat.
You
Uh,
can fly
there's
any
nothing there.
direction. We are in the astral.
Yeah, sure. She has 100 feet of movement, so she'll go to a place that's safe.
So what do you want to do?
To
wanna
the front
go
of the
this
ship where
way?
the. I mean, sure. Wherever art department thinks you should go.
She runs in. She opens the door and runs in. Is that what you're having her do?
Yeah, she can.
Yeah, why not?
Ah!
What are you talking about? There's no skelly on the billboard.
I love it.
Like, when did we get a skeleton?
All right.
Does Dawn stay there?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm sure though.
Alrighty. With that, let's see here. So I have this one. I do believe.
Which one?
I think it would be the one that Rez had hit.
Okay.
So Rez right near one. They're going to attack.
Yeah, they're still chilling right there by him.
Yeah. Going to do their best to reach out for only a 15.
It'll miss.
You can't hit me. You can't hit me. Ooh. Ooh.
And then, all right, these others are not in melee. So there's a 3 on the floor, or
There's 2 that are still on the floor that are not in melee.
and the one's by like the cannon thing, right?
Right. 2 by
Yeah.
the cannon, and there's 1 up by the ballista. That's not me.
Okay, there's 2 on the floor, 2 on the main deck there.
Yeah.
They want to try to get where Laylis is.
Cool. Do they have to wait for Dawn to do that?
They wouldn't have. If they had to, Laylis would have had to go into
Right,
Dawn, which she
okay, so
didn't.
they didn't. All right. Cool.
So
So how much movement they got?
they have 30. Can they get to
15,
them?
20, 25, 30. This one is not going to want to go that way to get to them.
All right, so the other one won't actually be able to do that.
Neither one can get all the way in there now.
Okay, that's fine then. Then they won't. They will. I think seeing
Because
all
this one's
this.
being occupadoed, and
Yeah.
the one that could have done it was already killed.
All right. So in that case, I think those 2 will, if they can, both get to Tyndall. Or actually,
That one can definitely get
never mind. They're just going to get within 30 feet of Tyndall, and they're going to actually then stay back from the fight. And they both would just simply let their red energy fly towards Tyndall.
Okay, they're both in there.
Miss and nat 20.
Son of a bitch.
Cool.
And that will be 19 necrotic damage.
That probably reduces my max HP too, doesn't it?
It does not.
Oh. All right. It's not as bad as I thought it would be.
No, but you do feel like your very life force being sucked out, realizing again, if you hit 0, you will die.
God, you're so dramatic.
Okay, so those were those
Those
two.
two. And then you got one up front here on ballistas.
All right, are they within 30 feet of any of the PCs?
Sior or the brute squad?
All right, they're gonna try
with
this.
Brute Squad.
Let's see how it goes.
He's the brute squad. What?
You are the Brute Squad.
Indeed, only 15.
Adonis.
I've got the 2 in Dawn
Mm-hmm.
that are going to do their best to run out the heck of Dawn.
Alright. There's 30 feet.
Yeah.
Those steps. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
All right.
Barely, but yeah, they're out of dawn.
Yep. Okay, so they both are going to focus Thezik with their energy drain.
Popular today, Fezzik.
Miss and miss.
Apparently, I'm okay with that.
Giant ass furbog. No, maybe it's because he's dressed just like all of them in red and black. They're
Very true.
confused.
Then Siora.
So did one of the special ones come down below?
This is a special one, and those 2 are special, and that's the cap.
Okay, and where am I?
Poopy.
All right, so that one that's on deck, that's special.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be shooting at it with my bow.
Got it.
Bonus
You
actions.
get 10 from him for not having disadvantage.
What?
How far do you have to be from him not to have disadvantage?
Not in melee range.
Then you're good. Melee's 5, and you're 10.
So 28.
That it's.
So 12 points of magical piercing plus 9 points for sneak attack
Nice.
and 3 points of radiant damage. And second attack, 18
Hits.
for 13 points of magical piercing. And
Okay, they will explode.
oh, nice.
Any PCs within 5 feet?
Fezzik!
Does it? Give me a con save.
18.
You make it. Taking no damage from the ash.
Okay, that's my turn.
Very good.
They explode in a burst of light because there was some radiant damage in there too.
Yeah, light and ash. Egg.
That's so insulting to a vampire.
Am I able to see all of the vampires?
Can you see all of them?
Yeah, from where I'm at.
Yes. What? Wasn't sure she could see the ones in the back.
Ag is kind of do a little twirl and then raise her hand up into the sky, and her fingertips are going to glow as she channel divinity nature's wrath, and all of the vampires are going to need to make strength saving throws.
Amazing.
And they just said,
Is there any damage with this?
No.
Okay. What happens if they fail?
They are restrained.
Perfect. Okay.
let me go get my bucket of restraints.
Yeah, get that bucket. Then I'll start calling out what happens,
Okay,
so
so-
we can do this correct. All right. What's the DC again?
DC 16 strength saving throw.
Okay, very cool. Let's go. Captain fails.
Restrained.
All right.
In daylight.
Attack Vampirates. The one that was on. You said 16 passes.
Okay. Yeah.
And then
5 other deck pirates.
yeah, another one. Ooh, passes. Now I'm on some that haven't been hit. Fails. Another one fails. That has been hit.
Oh, that has been or hasn't?
Has not.
Okay, that one's right.
Then that one passes. And then I've got the 2 that just ran off of the
Top deck.
Dawn coming up. Pass and fail.
Since all the ladies fail, I'm gonna make this guy fail. Now what about the 2 up top? No,
Yeah, that's what I'm
specials.
doing. Got fail and fail. One's left in Dawn,
Thank you,
already
Bobby, for giving
strained.
us extra markers.
You're welcome.
And
You got
those that are restrained are like wrapped up in these the thin cypress vines, and some of the vines have like sprouted cute little flowers. And then I would like to is Thezzic's right next to one, correct?
Who's right next to him?
Is Thezzik next to one of the vampires?
Pheasant killed everyone he was near.
Okay.
Yes,
Is
you were
any-
actually killed the one closest to me.
Is anybody like directly engaged with one?
I think I am.
Yeah, he is. You
I-
got kind of between you and them.
Then I'd like to use my movement to flank to give you advantage.
Thank you.
Sorry, Tindo, you're gonna have to move your butt a little bit. Oh no! You get back where you were. You stand back up. I said stop it. There.
All right, is that it, Egg?
Yep.
All right, Tyndall.
I think all of them except for the one on the blister are within 30 feet of me. Is that correct?
Art department.
You said what?
All of them except for the one on the blister are within 30. Is that correct?
Yeah, all but the one on the ballista.
Okay. So Tyndall starts a rather vigorous prayer as you watch his divine symbol start to glow with the bright energy before blasting outwards, and he's going to channel Divinity Turn Undead.
Nice.
Wait, they're restrained.
Yeah, they're going to have a bad time, you know? So that is, I believe, wisdom saving throw, yes? The
Yeah,
DC
okay.
is 16.
16. Okay, so we'll start with the captain. 15. They are turned.
Okay, they also take damage, so how do I, where's, hold on, the dice are not set up to roll the damage correctly. 48 radiant.
Wait, do I have to put them marked as turn?
So 16 radiant damage.
Okay, so that will be 32.
And they are frightened and incapacitated on a fail.
Okay. Do they take that damage whether they fail or not?
No.
Okay.
Don't
worry about it. Okay, so I'll get to the
Acid
vampirates.
Yeah.
So first regular one. You said 16.
16 is a saving throw. Yes.
So the one that's by Rez explodes. Rez and anyone within 5 feet.
That would be him and Silver and Tyndall.
All right, so Tendo silver or egg. And Rez, give me con saves,
You
please.
know what I meant.
13.
10.
Those that are right next to me, you get a +4 on saves.
Oh, Tyndall gets
Okay.
+4.
It's 17 then.
Pass.
14.
Pass.
22.
DC 14, by the way. So...
Hey! Dab, 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 dab.
Hey!
Good call in the flanking.
There we go.
Thank you, Paladin Order.
Now which one?
All right.
got my
These will go to 3 ones that haven't been hit.
Which 3 haven't been hit?
Okay, which all will take. It's all fail. So all take the 32. They've been hit now. Bloody, bloody,
That
bloody.
means you're frightened, that you're incapacitated,
And
and you're frightened.
The
and
2 that just came down the
You are incapacitated.
stairs.
and you're frightened. This one, Matt, I don't think we're supposed to get hit because she's not in range.
Oh, she doesn't get hit. Okay, so she's
not
okay.
within 30. That's
She's-
where you were confusing me.
You got it.
The 2 that came downstairs now it's their turns.
They are both failing and they both are destroyed.
Oh, okay, cool. Bye.
Anyone within 5?
No, they didn't
Okay.
get that much movement.
Boom. And now the mages up top.
Yep, that's all that's left.
Fail. 32. And
You are frightened and restrained.
succeed.
Wow! Thank you. Use all my friends.
Do they take half or no?
No, I don't
So
believe they
take
take any.
Okay, cool.
Frightened.
All right. Big move by Tyndall.
Lots of rings on the hood.
And then Tyndall will say, focus on the ones that are still moving, because this ends if you hit them.
So
Uh,
focus on this one. The only one that has nothing on them.
Well, it's gonna end next turn because they're gone.
You know when you get
Well, not that one. The one that's
No, I mean,
For the 3 up top, it went next
You
turn.
get the
Yeah.
good job of running ballistas on a ship with cannons that somehow saves your life.
Okay, so now the first mage. She's... Yeah.
Before that happens, that was my
Sure.
action. With my bonus, do I want to be next to these things? I don't think I want to be next to these things.
You're not next to anything. Everything that was near you is dead.
Well, I was thinking about using my thing to teleport me and give them some more damage. You know.
Do what you want.
Boo.
Yeah, we're gonna do it because it's what Tyndall would do. So Tyndall's gonna move forward to be within 15 feet of the one next to the ballista. And then, because he's not gonna go up to the ones in the.
I'm putting you right there so that you're not in range of either of these 2 blowing up.
That's okay. He's going to use his jewel as you watch it then glow, so that the glow like transfers from his amulet, I don't even know what the word is anymore. His talisman that's connected, and you watch that glow transfer down into the jewel as this jewel activates, and he's going to teleport within 5 feet of the one on the ballistas, so he'll be up top there. And then that's a DC 18 Constitution saving throw.
So you're teleporting yourself.
I am teleporting myself next
So-
to the one by the ballista, yes.
Okay.
Hi. How you doing?
24 con save.
Okay, well, let me double check that they take half, because I think this one they take half. Get out of my way, rolls. They take half as much damage, so they take half of 23. Which I think means that they would take 11, and then if they're vulnerable, that would put them at 22.
Okay, so radiant. All right, they are bloodied.
Yeah. You
Okay,
I
now
can
Tyndall's
bloody
done.
triggered on people, but there's just too many at this point.
Okay, so we got this mage has to be the turn.
Yeah, one mage is turned and one mage is just for
All right, tell me about the new turn undead. I know they're frightened.
Where is that? If the creature fails its saves, it has the frightened and incapacitated conditions for 1 minute.
Okay.
And for that duration, it tries to move as far from you as it can on its turns.
Yeah, so it can't take the actions. Okay, perfect. So
The
it
effect
stays-
ends early if the creature takes damage, or you have the incapacitated condition, or you die.
Okay, perfect.
It
So
stays in daylight.
it stays. And what save is that for ending its turn, Dawn?
Con save again.
Con save.
Y'all are mean. I am here. for it.
19.
Just saves, but they take half of 15.
So 15. They scream and can't even use an action to try to get out. They're just, but they're no longer.
Incapacitated
Incapac-
or frightened.
Yeah, so the
But they're
effect
still
ends on them
restrained.
at the end of their turn.
I also forgot to say the ones that are restrained, they could try to resave on their turn.
As an action?
A restrained creature repeats the save at the end of each of its
Oh.
turns.
So it automatically repeats it. What strength?
Yep, strength 16.
See if it gets out of that. Nope, only 13. Alright, in that case,
The other one
the other one here
is still restrained.
is restrained, but doesn't have any of the other issues.
Not yet.
Well, in that case, they cast a spell and vanish. And appear right next to Laylas.
Oh, hello.
Are they still restrained then? No.
No, they get out of the restraints from that.
Gotta move this a little bit.
They dimension door.
I didn't know that's how we
Protect.
do.
But that is all they can do. So we go to Thezek.
Okay. So we're told only attack ones that are moving. But the only one that is currently moving is by. Great. Since I can move with my mind, I move that direction. Make an attack.
What's your movement?
50.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Hi, how are you?
Okay. Swing 3 times my longsword.
It's very crouching tiger, hidden dragon movement.
13.
That is terrifying of a flying furball.
13?
Mhm.
All right, that will miss.
Second attack.
Sorry, my lid was on the screen.
It's a 12.
Is he flanking with Tyndall?
Oh yeah, he's flanking with Tyndall.
Okay.
Oh, well, I didn't.
So 13, 12, we'll call that one attack with 4 miss.
Okay.
Look at y'all doing my job.
27.
That hits.
Pew pew. Pew pew.
Has this thing made an attack?
Everything's at least attacked once here.
Total of 14 damage.
Got it.
Final attack. I'll fish for the crit. I did not get the crit. 15 damage.
All right. And they explode.
Oh, that's Tyndall and Fezzik.
Right, give me those con saves.
24.
23.
Getting your
All
back.
right, both good to go. Anything else?
I have 4 different boxes just for vampires over here.
Yep, that's my turn.
Sabin.
How hard's the captain looking?
Their captain's bloodied.
But is so there's only
They are
one
turned.
other. Yeah. There's only one other thing that's not in the daylight, right?
All of them that you can. Oh no, that one up there is not turned. The one up by the captain is not turned. You don't know where the other one dimension doored.
But then there's some still on the main deck, like
But
creatures.
those
that,
are turned.
yeah, that are turned. But yeah.
I'm gonna go into the dawn to the creature that's not turned.
So you run into the dawn.
Yes. Is it
So
con
con
save?
save.
I think they only take damage if they end their turn, Dawn, though. Like,
Not enter or end.
it doesn't say anything about entering, so as long as you leave, you should be fine.
There you go.
If you stay right
Oh.
here, you can back out of it.
Okay. I'll just make the first attack, see what it does. 11. I'm sure that misses.
Yes.
I will use a luck point for advantage on this one.
Good.
24.
That hits.
So 16 piercing, and I'll do another defensive flourish. Another 1. And then
Right. It explodes.
Okay, well that's on you, buddy.
yeah.
All right.
And then-
So con save.
— 15.
That makes it.
And just so I know, how much movement do you have when you move with your mind?
Currently I have 50. Because I
50?
cast long
You get right back down where you were out of it.
Perfect.
And no off the tax because you stayed right in that corner to beat them up.
All right.
So there, Captain.
Now it's Captain's turn.
They are all afflicted.
They've got all the stuff, so they just have to end their turn.
Yep. We shall end the 2 things, and then they can try to save restraint, but also they have to
So-
do saving on.
Con for the Dawn. Only for
Alright.
12.
That fails. 22 points of radiant.
They explode in light and ash. He's gone.
Okay, well now that they're all gone, I'm gonna move this off so I don't keep hitting Leyland in the head.
All right.
So then you don't have to bother trying to figure out if they could get away with being not restrained.
And then Laylis.
She is going to open the door, move away from the thing right next to her. do they get an op?
Yeah, they would.
Okay. As they attack, she's going to use her reaction to activate her orb of night as magical darkness surrounds her. If they can't see through it, they get disadvantage.
They do see right through it.
Okay.
How far you want to move from them? I don't know what anyone's speed is with this.
I don't like 20 feet ish.
20-ish?
Okay, that is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, that would be 17 necrotic.
Okay.
It's like reach out, draining some of the life energy that is in your bones.
Okay. Let's see. Then she pulls out a longbow and targets. Does a 15 hit though?
15, I believe does. It does.
Okay, so you see this skeleton shrouded in shadow pull out this longbow. It does not look like the magic she's used to do, but she casts True Strike, and this kind of strangely spectral for some reason arrow
Smack because the doors don't open.
shoots out for 15 plus 23 points of radiant damage.
jeez.
And
So
you vote.
46.
Does she explode?
She doesn't. She's bloody though.
Oh, good. Stay in your hole.
Yeah, that's her turn. She doesn't want to move down anywhere, so that's fine.
You know,
All right, so my only 2 regular vampires left.
who are all the things,
Yeah, who just
but are not in daylight.
sit there.
They can try to save from being restrained.
I guess technically though that's really weird. 12 and 18, so
Oh,
one
You
escapes.
can get your restraint off. I'll put all your other markers back on.
Siora!
Northland door you can shoot through at a bloody
Oh,
chip.
and incidentally, I guess this entire time, Inna's still at the helm, in Dawn, but just totally immune to radiant. That's who dude.
So, where are the enemies?
There's one right here. The door is open. And then these 2.
Okay.
This one's bloodied, no markers. These 2 are still seared.
Well, since she's behind there, am I within line of sight of her? Based on where I am?
Based on what? I didn't hear the first part of that question.
I said, well, since she's behind a wall through a
No,
door.
the door's open.
Right, but do I have line of sight based on
Yes,
where
you
I
would
am?
wind up with the door.
Oh, okay. Then I will turn around and shoot at her. Bonus action, steady aim. For a 27 to hit.
Yeah, it
For,
hits.
It.
for 9 points of magical piercing.
All right, who is this against again?
This is the last special.
Okay, so 9. They explode.
Okay.
And nobody's there.
Well, I'm gonna have to do it. Can I turn around and hit the one at the front of the screen? So I guess that would
The 2
be.
regulars, Matt.
I don't know what
Just
our
one-
directions are. I guess the
just one.
south one.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Go for it.
I'm pretty sure they're both taking the same amount of damage.
They are. So it's life size.
That's why I said that.
Yeah. it's-
That's a nat 20
Nice.
Okay, and then it goes boom.
for 14 points of magical piercing.
Boom.
Okay,
Anyone within 5?
Nope, because they're up top.
Alright,
that's my turn.
got it.
Good turn.
Egg.
So the last ones are up at the front of the boat.
Last
is
one.
left.
Last one.
They got all the stuff on them.
Am I able to make it to them with 30?
Should be. Yeah. You got-
Okay. And then I'm gonna whack them.
Let's go.
14,
That hits.
and then 11.
They go boom. Make a
That
con
was to hit. That was to hit.
save. Oh, 11
but-
misses.
But I'll roll the first. Yeah, it's 10 damage.
Boom. Do the con save. Please.
Oh no, it's only a 10.
Okay. Ooh, that is 10 necrotic.
My armor of Agathis is gone.
Okay, shards. And with that, You have taken the ship. Super Radiant Party. Zidna screams out, "Very good, the ship is ours!"
Well, let's get out of here before the rest come back.
That went surprisingly well. I say we loot the ship up a little bit, and then we have to head back through our portal, and we can head our separate ways, I guess.
This makes sense. The ship does begin to slowly move as they begin to turn it. As Idna approaches and does say, "If you feel like you have to go back, but any way a portal can take you, we can take you too. You're handy, and I could see a lot of adventure and destruction of negative forces with you.
Do it. Oh, I mean, no worries.
Just an offer."
Destruction of negative forces, yeah.
So this is also GM giving you a little bit if you want to travel versus portal jump. And one thing we mentioned, I think, last week too, Fire, was just that this is very wide open because I'm doing things just to let it be a lot of so we're not as railroady. So there's a lot of little different things and options and throwing trails out there to have a little bit of fun. Should we desire, and if we don't like that, if someone doesn't like that, they can always say something, but just give a little bit more options around.
We are in an area where time does not exist. Could always take the long way back.
Well, I think traveling would be fun as long as we don't destroy too much negative forces, you know?
No more raising undead, almost dead gods.
We'll have to find another seed for that. I don't know how long that would be.
I mean, I didn't know we had found the first seed, but
It was in my
One
chest.
person knew that.
It was in my chest for a very long time.
I'm okay traveling with them.
I'm down for some piracy.
I'm always down for exploring, seeing what's going on in the place. And if time doesn't pass here, I think that gives us some opportunities to maybe acquire some resources and allies that we weren't going to be able to expect. Maybe we'll stumble across some extra secrets this way.
Can I, holding the broken piece of the rod, can I tell where the next piece is?
Indeed, you can. In fact, Idna gets the navigator to come down to you, so you can begin to do that. And there's a little bit of a laughter as she gets a report. She goes, to a whole new world with you. Have you ever been to Eberron?
Never heard of it.
No.
Well, I think it would be a fine adventure. We can certainly set course there.
Take the scenic route.
You know, it occurs to me, we aren't reliant upon our 3 wizardly overlords if we take this route. just something I favor, because I don't know that I trust those three entirely.
I mean, could you say that you trust anybody?
Well, I trust Siora. And you seem all right.
Perhaps this voyage will also give us a chance to earn each other's trust. It's clearly giving it right away was a mistake.
I'm so hurt by that. But I agree, I don't like that Mordenkainen guy.
Tasha seems alright.
Yep. Oh, right, can we pretend to be vampires? Give me all a charisma saving throw if you aren't willing.
What?
See
Oh
me?
my God, see me.
I'm assuming my 6 does nothing for me.
Mm-mm.
19?
Your DC is 19. Anything lower than that, you look like a vampire right now.
Inda's like, I like this. I'll go with this.
I'm gonna choose to fail so I can look like a vampire.
I wonder what kind of new recipes there are on Eberron that I've never tasted before. I must add them to my book.
Oh, your food, they look really nice. And that's good.
Maybe the vampires have a kitchen. They have some recipes in there.
Vampire recipes?
Like blood wine? Or blood bread? Bone bread? I
Bone
must
bread
go see.
might be pretty good. From bone marrow,
Oh.
blood sausage.
All right. Doing a search, you do find that there is a thing that served as the galley, but has not been used for quite some time. Seems like there is no. They do not make any type of food aboard the ship.
Ag immediately gets to work cleaning the place, singing the
Amazing.
entire time. And it's really bad singing, but endearing.
I'm gonna head up to like the crow's nest and start playing like sea shanties.
Absolutely awesome.
Isaac is going to walk towards the edge of the ship, doesn't matter which side, and drop a piece of bread off the side.
Interesting.
Or loaf of bread or whatever it was that was given to him.
From what?
From Ag.
From Egg.
Oh. Oh. That's it.
Till's going to go see what he can find out from the captain's quarters of this vampire captain, see if she had any notes.
Siora's gonna follow Tyndall and assist him.
Good. Searching. You can give me investigation check for the notes.
Uh, 30-20.
Okay. And if you want to make one too, Sarah, that's fine.
$23.
23. Very good. Together, you can find there seems to be some charts of various types of space. There's a big warning over routes that lead to an area called Clown Space. And
No, no.
like a big don't go there. And anything in particular you're trying to find here?
I think part of it's just a general, like, I want to know what these vampires were up to, but also, like, we're in the Astral Sea and these seem like unusual creatures. He wants to know if there's anything they know that other people don't, like some sort of secret.
Okay. Perfect. I think looking at this, there are some trackings of strange movement. They seem to, like, there's portals that have seemingly opened in the Astral Sea, and also where there seems to be interference, they think, due to heavy multi-planar travel that have caused various things of instability. In a locked box. Oh, sorry, yeah, it was you do find a very long locked box. It's about 5 feet long and thin.
Do we find any keys to open it?
So, yeah, if you want to search around, there is a key in the captain's quarters, various places you were able to find. And as you open it, you see a very fine blade crafted from a black metal. Examining it, you see a hole right above the hilt that looks like it's made to draw in blood.
Zior, do you mind if I try to identify that and make sure we know what it is?
Be my guest.
And Tyndall's gonna sit down and cast Identify.
All right. In that case, you come away. This is known as a Blood Moon Blade. It's attunement. You get a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. If you hit a small or larger living creature with the weapon, that creature takes an extra 2d4 necrotic damage, and you regain HP equal to half the amount of necrotic damage dealt this way. Specifically, though, constructs, plants, and undead creatures are immune to this necrotic damage.
Makes sense.
And is in no way evil at all.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't know if it's cursed or not from that. It sounds great for our frontliners. I mean, usually let us make it whatever weapon we want it to be, right? Or is it specifically a longsword or saber? I don't know.
This is specifically a longsword.
Okay.
In addition, you find looks like just almost during thorough search, it's almost as if through your investigation checks, it's like it was almost tossed aside in a corner, but you see this wide cylindrical hair cuff. Looks like it would be good for taming unruly hair. It's 4 inches in height and 4 inches diameter, and it weighs about a pound.
Does it seem magical?
I would say yes.
Okay.
That's where you go. And with your identify, this is a device known as a beard cannon. You can attach this to your beard or hair. It has to be at least 1 foot long in order to fit. And when you finish attuning to the cuff, 6 smaller spherical beards appear and weave themselves into the hair. Then you can take the attack. When you take the attack action, you can forgo one of your attacks to point the hair cuff at a target within range and speak its command word. When you do, the cuff magically retracts any hair pulled through it and fires one of the smaller beads through its exposed opening. To make a ranged weapon attack using the magic cuff, which has a normal range of 15 feet and a long range of 30, you are proficient with the attack. When fired, the bead magically grows to become fist-sized, and it deals 2d6 bludgeoning on a hit. After your attack, their retracted hair magically reappears through the cuff, and the fired bead is lost. 1d6 fired beads reappear in your hair daily at dawn. When not in use as a weapon, the item is indistinguishable from a normal hair cuff.
That sounds great for Thesic.
Is this because I'm covered in fur?
Yes.
I feel like that's speciesist. Another way that this group is terrible. Just kidding.
It does require attunement. But Beard Cannon, you can find in D&D Beyond. Everyone likes the Beard Cannon.
I mean, if we feel like it's made for my character, sure, I'll take it. But I'm also open to other people having it too.
Yeah. Bobby needs people to agree or disagree every time.
Every time.
Because he wants to be sure he's not stepping on anything just because he's vocal.
I'm already attuned to 2 things, so I am okay not having it. And for the longsword, because it's a longsword, I'm gonna say no because I'm using specifically my 2 finesse stuff for my dual wielding stuff.
I don't have any hair, so I think
Well, I think the beard cannon is very cool. I don't know if I would use it. If it's something you think you could get use out of, definitely take it. But I would take it just for the aesthetic.
You can totally have it. I don't think that I would ever use it.
Okay, I'll take the beard cannon. I'm not attuned to anything.
And I definitely would not use the sword, so I'm good if somebody else takes the sword.
I use a repair.
You're not using the sword?
The longsword? No. I already have a longsword. But it's vicious. And yeah, I don't just see him using that blade in particular.
Is anyone else using the sword? Can I use the sword?
Tyndall
What
is
is
very
this
much not
wizard gonna
proficient.
be? What is a wizard gonna use with a longsword?
Hey, I'm good with weapons. My mentor taught me that. Though it might be a lot more problematic than whacking them with a sword by the time they get to me, but still. Looks cool. And it might be cursed. Think about it.
Pretty sure it requires you to use blood to activate it.
Oh no. Okay, bye.
It does?
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I thought that if it hit somebody and it took their blood,
Though the visual would still be funny.
Though, don't I remember you using blood magic, Laylis? Isn't that a thing you
Magic?
do?
No, but
I
it
don't
would
like-
be funny. I don't have any blood.
Something tells me there's no magic that's off limits with her.
You use blood magic too, Laylis?
Should we call that marrow magic or what? Because I don't know. I don't have any blood to use it with.
I know.
Do you use blood magic, Ag?
Sometimes.
Like what?
Well, like, I have this one spell that. Hang on, I have to find it. 1 second. Where'd it go? Where I kind of harness a mixture of toxins as well as my own blood, and it can coat a blade and cause a festering wound in a person or creature.
Gross.
Yeah.
Not something I would expect from you, but then again, we're learning a lot.
Also, I can. Where'd it go? I know I have it. Here it is. Also, I could do this. And Ag's hand just like falls off and skitters around the deck like a spider, a hand spider. See?
I freak out and shoot a beard cannon at it.
Ah! No!
What the fuck is that? Why can you detach your hand?
It's just some cool magic I learned.
Very freaky.
well, it seems like we decided who gets which of these items. And learned other interesting facts about people.
How are you going to trust someone if you don't know their weird, interesting facts?
Do you have any weird, interesting facts, Sabin?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
Aw, man.
If it comes up, I'll tell you though.
Okay.
You're not hiding the seed of some half-dead god in your chest?
No, I think the only thing that I'm most generally hiding is my following of Ioun, but I think I've told you all that. I'm a pretty open book, though.
Leyless, do you worship any gods?
No.
Any demons? Devils, fiends?
No. I don't know. My mentor might though. I don't know about her. She's really shady. More shadier than me. That says something.
Who's your mentor?
She's called Laren, a wizard from the dynasty.
You killed Rez.
Fascinating.
Yeah, she's really amazing. She taught me all the martial weapon stuff. I didn't know that before I went to the Qin Dynasty. That's pretty cool.
She also an adventurer?
Seems to be. I don't know, because she's away a lot. Maybe she's adventuring.
That could be it. Who knows, maybe we'll meet them on this fight to Vecna.
Oh, you think she's also fighting Vecna? That's not likely. I don't think. Well, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, if she's that powerful, then this is that big of a threat.
You have a point.
I can't imagine they're like talking all of the time.
Oh wow.
Do they value their independence?
Independence? What do you mean?
Well, I feel like anyone that values their independence and their ability to act for themselves would rather the multiverse not become Vecna. Because I suspect that would take away a lot of people's ability to act freely.
I do agree. Oh, also, she's a member of the Rasgard, so very upstanding in the dynasty, nothing to worry about on that end.
Also, you guys, I've been trying to like wrap my head around the idea of like an all-powerful god mage trying to become the multiverse. Like that just sounds so difficult. Like one, I feel like the math involved in that is already hard. And then like being the multiverse like sounds like you'd have to be in charge of so many things at once. Like wouldn't you have to be like in charge of like how gravity works in all of these different worlds or something? Or like I don't know, physics? It just sounds like so much work.
No time off, 24/7, all the time. Imagine that.
And theoretically, if like you could hear your worshipers and stuff, like just the constant cacophony of voices being like sent toward you also sounds really hard. Because when would you have time to sleep? What if he doesn't sleep?
He's called the... Sorry, go ahead.
Dead. He's dead. I don't think he does sleep or undead.
So he's called the Whispered One. Maybe he's into that, all the whispers and stuff.
And gets this like really kind of like Ugh, look at her face. Creepy whispers all day long? Ugh.
I don't know that it matters so much as you think it's unpleasant. Thing is, they want it. Whether you think it's worth having or not, they do. And if they take it, well, that's going to change a lot.
I don't like the idea of a necromancer taking over the entire multiverse. So, there's that.
Well, since we're trying to stop him, I'm hoping that's something we can all agree on. If we don't all agree on that, we should really say that to everybody else, like right now. I'm assuming the silence means nobody.
I feel like maybe we should do it tomorrow morning when I can use Zone of Truth.
That's a good idea.
That's smart.
I want to make sure that everyone in here is telling the truth.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And if that's a real thing, you could just do it now. Like, whatever. Because you're basically taking some time here to get some party cohesion. So if that would help. Because it's important. Like, I'm good. I just want to be able to work together.
Yeah, because he thinks it'll put Thezek's mind at ease. Tyndall will do it. And I believe I know if people fail or succeed. So I would know if you were not being truthful. Or at least trying not to be truthful. Let's see. Yeah, you know whether a creature succeeds or fails on the save. Yep. All right, let's form our little circle of truth here, friends.
Should we hold hands?
No.
It's not a requirement.
Oh, okay.
Alright. We can hold hands, Ag.
All right. I holds hands with Layla's.
Putting the Zone of Truth in the center of us, Tyndall will cast it. It's a charisma saving throw.
Choose to fail.
Ag completely fails it, just like
And
straight up.
And you can willingly fail.
Lilith will willingly fail that. Not that she
I
can
will.
make it.
I'll willingly fail.
I'll willingly fail.
Cool. All right, I can confirm that we're all prepared to tell the truth.
I have no desire to see Vecna become the multiverse. In fact, if I had my option, we could destroy him.
I also have no desire to see Vecna become the multiverse or have power over it. And I agree. I think if we can find a way to destroy him, it would be for the best.
I have
Go ahead, Ag.
I have no desire to see Vecna become the multiverse or anyone for that matter because it sounds like a really difficult thing to do and hard stuff is kind of gross.
Is the only reason you don't is because it's hard or because you morally disagree with it?
Both.
Okay.
I have no. Vecna holds no love in my heart. I don't want him to be the multiverse.
I don't wish to see Vecna succeed in his efforts. I don't want him to be the multiverse.
Well, I haven't come this far to see Vecna win, so if we can destroy him, I'm all for that.
Any other grievances we want to air? Concerns?
Another thing I think is worth saying is that it is my intention to fight the forces of Vecna. Not wanting to seem in power is different than having the desire to actively fight. So that is something I want to voice.
I also desire to fight his forces, to stop him if we can't destroy him.
I can't say that I want to fight his forces, but I don't think I have a choice in the matter. If I want to continue be a little happy, free skeleton wandering Xandria.
Well, I think we have to fight his forces, and I think fighting his forces hurts him in the process. Since to a certain extent, they'll be doing a lot of his dirty work. So I think we're all in agreement that we don't want Vecna to win, and in order to do so, we need to continue on our mission, and in the process, taking down his forces when we can.
I, for one, had no doubts that any of you were here to betray us.
I don't know, does that put everyone at ease? Like, we can at least trust one another, not to backstab?
I trust that we're all here to do the mission. When one member of a party unilaterally makes a decision, that will have consequences, especially a decision as big as this potentially could. In time, perhaps we can all trust each other not to stab each other in the back. At least for me. If that's how you all feel, you can definitely feel that way.
Well, I wouldn't stab you in the back, because if I did that, that would be hurting Nizan, and I couldn't do anything to hurt Nizan. And hurting Nizan would hurt Zil, and I definitely can't hurt Zil. Not that I'm choosing to stab anybody in the back, I'm just saying to you, Thezik.
You're saying it'd be easier to stab anyone else in the back than Thezik.
Well, you know.
Gotcha.
I don't know you very well yet. I'm not saying I would ever stab you in the back, because you are one of my companions. But just know that Thezik's brother has a special place in my heart, and I'm sure Tyndall's too.
Well, I have no goals that would... I could feasibly see myself stabbing any of you in the back for.
I don't think I want to stab any of you in the back, though me stabbing anybody might not do a whole lot. Like, but my point is, I won't willingly harm any of you.
I don't like stabbing people in the back at all. It's easier to stab them in the front.
Well, I don't know about that. Stabbing them in the back usually is easier.
They usually don't see it coming.
Exactly.
Am I the only one who's scared
Of what?
of being stabbed?
We should all be scared of being stabbed because we don't know what we're going to face on this adventure.
True.
I think it's fair to be afraid of being stabbed. It's not a pleasant experience.
Yeah, but if she gets stabbed, she can just pour some milk on it and it'll be right as rain.
I don't think that's how it works.
Have you tried?
No? Does it really work?
Only one way to find out.
I am very insightful. You can't lie in this circle.
But I will say that I agree to work with everybody towards the goal of defeating Vecna.
True.
And I have no ulterior motives. There's no secret god that I worship that I'm planning to do anything about. My sole mission is to stop Vecna.
Then we are all in agreement, right? That's good.
Yes.
Should we name our group something like the Vecna Killing Squad, something like that?
VKS?
It does have a certain ring to it.
We just said Vecna like 100 times. If he's as all-seeing and all-hearing as we've been hearing. Oh well, hi Vecna.
I mean, we could always be the Whispered One Nemesis. Well, call ourselves the One.
Or the two.
Do you think it would be annoying if I prayed to him, but in those prayers, it's just really bad jokes?
Wait, Ag. I have the first piece of the rod, which does commune.
This is brilliant.
Isaac walks away.
It's like we made so much progress.
I can't remember. Ask Devin. I've totally forgot what her name was before.
We were the Just Us League.
But with that, as the ship becomes able to travel at 150,000 miles an hour, it bursts through space. And with that, we will end our session for tonight.
Good night, everyone.